friend, we will harass you. We will harass you till the very end, because I can't seem to remember the last time you were sober in December. This crack is forming in your brain. Irreparable damage is driving me insane. People turn the other way. You've been in the game too long and crowds will have to pay. We've got some problems, girl, I've got some problems too, but none of our problems are gonna smother all over you. And I said, you gotta stop wasting all our time, because we both know what's on your mind. Last time you were sober in December. This crack is forming in your brain. Irreparable damage, it's driving me insane.
Now you've seen all the tropical footage and it all looks really easy when you watch it on DVDs. I bought this DVD out with Kane Grundy, a great mate of mine. We've done a lot of tropical spearfishing together. And this shows you some of the big fish we've been after over there. And what it doesn't show you is the time and effort gone into learning about the gear and what you need for when you're in the tropics. But a couple of good basic things that I can tell you. If you're going to go on holiday, you're going to spend all that money, make sure you've got the right equipment, and it pays to have a good guide if you're going to the tropics. There's a lot of guys have gone over there and ended up getting no fish, and maybe the fish they get are actually not that good anyway. So if you're going to spend the money on the holiday, the aeroplane fare, spend the money on the gear and maybe getting a good guide. A couple of things. I like using a 130 gun. This is one that I've used in the tropics just recently, and it shot everything I wanted it to shoot around the reef and things like that. If I was after bigger game fish, I'll show you what I'd use there. If you go too big or too small in the tropics with the guns, number one, if they're too small, you're not going to have the range. In clear water, you're shooting a lot further than you do here in New Zealand. So a 130 to a 140 gun is about spot on. Don't go bigger, don't go smaller. Don't take your 120 with you as a backup, you'll never use it, it'll be a waste of time. And with excess baggage, you don't want to take stuff you're not going to use. The other thing in the tropics, which is a good thing to have, because some of the fish are pretty big, is what's called a drop-off head. So it's a whole new setup. The spear goes through a fish, it breaks free, and it toggles like that on the fish. So a drop-off head's not a bad idea, but it's not that good for the reef fish. It's good for your bigger open water species. Quite good to have. You can have it on your basic reef style gun as well, with the right spear and the right drop-off head on it. Maybe multiple rubbers rather than one. Now the other thing you might want over there is a good float and float line. You probably want a longer, stronger float line when you're in the tropics to what you need in New Zealand. If you're playing a big fish, you want to be able to give them plenty of room to run. So a good float line, 30 metres at least, and in some cases a bungee's quite good. Now bungees are no good in around the reef. Don't matter what anybody tells you that's trying to sell you a bungee, if you're going to do all your hunting in around the reef, don't buy a bungee. When the fish takes off, you've got no control over it with a bungee. Your bungee stretches right out, your fish will run into the coral, it'll cut everything to bits, probably lose your gear, definitely lose the fish. You use a bungee if you're out in the blue water on fads and things like that where the fish can't reach the bottom, then the bungee comes into its own. The other thing you want in the tropics is a good float that's not going to implode. So if a big fish tows it down deep, that won't implode. And by implode I mean plain plastic floats that are hollow inside. When they go down, the water pressure from the outside squashes them and they pop and your gear's gone, your fish is gone, you've lost everything. So a good float like this Wettie float, a couple of these, 2 or 3 of these is perfect for the blue water hunting. Remember, if you're going to spend the money, spend it on gear and a guide as well. You'll have a great time.